All right, what is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another live stream from the Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur YouTube channel. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel and tuning in for the first time and looking to join an awesome network of like-minded individuals, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to add you to this awesome community. We try to do these streams usually on a daily basis, at the minimum every couple days. Been on a roll the last week or so, and we've been doing a stream pretty much every day. And of course, we always have our Sunday stock watch, where we just come here and break down a bunch of stocks. I tell you guys kind of what I'm looking at investing into over the next trading week. Usually never goes hardly quite as planned, but from time to time it does, especially when it comes to oil. And we break down stocks that you guys are interested in. So we'd love to have you here. And like I said in previous videos and streams, we have a Discord group chat that's down in the description box. There's over 60 of us in there now, so it's awesome to see that network growing as well. We talk about not just trading in that group, there's also little tabs in there where you can talk about thrifting and all that good stuff. So if you're into just making money online and whatnot, there's a ton of people in there as well. How's it going there, Josh? Good afternoon, good evening. Oil market just opened up, so did the natural gas, and we're going to be focusing quite a bit on oil, but we will hit on natural gas because I did take a very small position within DGAS, just on bets on a little short-term dead cat bounce that we'll talk about here in a little bit. I'll tell you guys everything I invested in. Day traded, I did day trade DWT. I sold all my UWT. We're going to get into all that right now, but oil, obviously, it surged this morning on the news that there were some more supply cuts. Sounds like it was a lot more than even anticipated. Thus, you saw about a 3% surge in oil overall on the day. It was up over $57 at one point. Currently hovering right around that $57 range right now. I believe personally it's starting to build that support right around 57, right in between 59 and 56.90 and 57. It's kind of building a support right there. I think ultimately it's getting ready to take another leg higher. So I went ahead and decided to hop in some gush this evening, literally just before Robinhood's hours closed. I got in, I believe, at 10.89. We can pull up the Robinhood account here. Get it pulled up here so you can see overall on the day we made about $110. We sold UWT, which I'll mention here in a second, but my average cost is 10.89. So I mean, I'm pretty much at break even right now. Robinhood says it's at 10.89 and TD Ameritrade says 10.90. So I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. It's only a 50-cent profit because I have 50 shares currently. I did buy some SQ shares. We'll talk about that here in a second. But you guys also know that I had some UWT. You can see I sold my UWT, sold them all early on this morning, actually. I sold, where is it at? Sold my 50 shares at $7.75. I had, or hold on, this is when I bought. This is where I bought DWT. I sold my 99 shares of UWT at $15.76. Originally, I purchased these. I don't remember for what price exactly. You can see I kind of just bought them here and there. I was averaging down. I believe my average buy cost, if I remember right from the previous stream yesterday, we were mentioning it, it was like $14.94. So I made, 82 cents roughly per share. So pretty much an $82 profit on that trade, which equaled out to, I believe, like a 4% profit or something like that, maybe slightly higher or lower, but somewhere between like 3 to 5% return on that investment. And then we hopped into DWT earlier, if I can get that pulled up. Let's see. So you can see we bought 50 shares. That was where we sold it at $7.91. This was a quick little day trade. I'd actually bought them earlier on for just $7.75. I bought them 5 hours ago, sold them 3 hours ago, so I literally held this thing for about 2 hours. Only made 16 cents a share. It ended up only being like a $8 profit total or something like that. It was about 3% return on that as well, though. Like I said, whenever you're trading in smaller quantities, don't think in terms of the dollar amount. The dollars will keep building up over time. Just think of your consistent percentage return. If you can do 1% here, 3% there, 5% there, it's all going to add up, because now you can see overall for the last month, we've been trading on our Robinhood account for about a month now. We're up almost 10% on the account. We're up $141 overall, and that's on the entire account. You guys know that have been following for a while that we started out with 500, and then a little over about a week ago or so, I put another 500 in, and then literally like Monday or Sunday night, I put in another 500. So for the most part, we've been trading with 500, upwards of 1,000, and we just started trading with 1,500 this week. But overall, up about 9.5% on the month, so nothing to complain about. If you can do that every single month, you're going to see amazing results. You're talking not even including compounding interest, 120% per year return. But overall on the day, up 7%. We're down a little bit after hours. SQ's kind of falling off a little bit. It's around my average buy price. My average cost on that is $7.35. I bought into that on the after hour dip. You can see here, let's get it pulled up. SQ had a sell off after the earnings, met expectations. Guidance sounded, in my opinion, really good. So when I was just listening to the guidance and I saw it was kind of hovering just around 74, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get in around 74.35. My target sells somewhere in between like $77 and $80, because it's more than likely at the minimum going to fill the gap up to around like 77.50. So I mean, even if I decided to sell all my positions, which is only 5 shares, if I sold off around 77.50, I'm talking a 4% return. And if I can squeeze 80 out of it, then we're talking a 7+% return. So risk versus reward was there for me. I like it. I like the stock. I like the company overall. And I mean, I think long term it's going to retest $100 again, as long as the market obviously doesn't go to shit over the next few months. I think within the next few months, this thing could honestly hit $100. So I mean, if I really wanted to, I could hold my position, which I'm not going to, just because I don't like holding stuff too long. But if I held this upwards of $100, you're talking a 34% return. It's just not guaranteed. I like taking my guaranteed money, even if it's only 4%, 5%, and just keep making that on every single trade. But yeah, like I mentioned, we did buy some Gush. Why did I buy Gush? I bought Gush because, to me, anything under $11, at least right now, on this current day, the 27th of February, anything under $11 is pretty attractive in my opinion with Gush. It has quite a bit of support right around like 1080. So the fact that I got it for 1089, I kind of like it. Didn't really move a lot on the oil news. I mean, it had a good little pop over $11, right around $11.50, but then it kind of just, I wouldn't say sold off, but kind of just pulled back the rest of the day. It bounced again, like I said, right off that support around 1080. So I kind of like it. I think it's going to at least retest 1120 tomorrow, between 1120 and maybe even upwards of 1160. That's why I went ahead and set alert at 1160. But while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and set another alert at 1115. That way, if I get busy in the morning tomorrow, I'll be reminded. So, and why I bought this is because I am obviously very bullish on oil still. Obviously, it doesn't really tend to move too much right at the opening of the new trading session. But it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens if it, I don't think it's going to gap up like it did this morning by any means, but I look for it to open up somewhere around like 57.20, my personal belief. And tomorrow I want to see oil test $58, because if it can break through $58, we're definitely going to run from there, because you can tell 58 is going to be a pretty decent resistance. We got rejected at 57.81 a few days ago, and today we got rejected around, what was it, 57.31, 57.39. So I mean, right around 57.50 is a pretty strong resistance currently, and if we can break through, I would say 57.50 and hold above it tomorrow, I think this thing's going to run up to 58 plus very, very soon, possibly before, I wouldn't say the end of the week. Obviously, we only have 2 trading sessions left, but before the next report next Wednesday, within the next trading week, essentially, this thing's going to $58 to $60 in my opinion. It's taking it longer to get to 60 than I anticipated, but I didn't anticipate a 3% drop due to a ridiculous Trump tweet. But it was a good buying opportunity. Made some good money on UWT. Bought some Gush on this little pullback. So my target sell for Gush, like I said, is somewhere around what did I say, like 1120 to 1140. If I can get 1140 out of Gush, I'll probably go ahead and just sell it all. It's not a huge profit or anything, but I mean, my average buy cost at 1089. If I can sell it for 1140, that's almost a 5% return on my money. I won't complain about consistent 5% returns any day of the week. I mean, in all honesty, if I see some resistance around 1120, 1115, 1120, which I'm sure we're going to have a little bit, but if it looks like it's just going to get rejected hard, oil's not looking too good itself. If it has some trouble around 1115, 1120, I'll probably go ahead and consider selling too. That's a 2 to 3% return. I will never hesitate to take my profit and run. That was my problem early on, my whole first entire year trading. I would always try to squeeze out another 0.5%, another percent, and then it would end up costing me my entire 2 to 3 to 5, whatever percent profit I had. So if there's any money on the table, always take the money, guys. Do not get FOMO and think, well, it looks like it could retest 1147. Let me go ahead and squeeze out even though we're at 1135. Like, if you're in the green, always take the green and run. I cannot preach that enough. But yeah, my target sell is 1140. If I get more, great. If, like I said, if it doesn't quite hit that, I'll consider selling around 1115. But I do think overall tomorrow's probably going to be a green day for Gush, just simply because it didn't move enough, in my opinion, for how much oil and natural gas moved, because natural gas also had a good day. Natural gas moved, well, this is as of the new trading session, but you can see overall we had a low of 273, bounced off of it beautifully, and we're all the way up to 280, 281 area now. However, we're again getting some tough resistance around 280 to 281. I personally am looking for natural gas to get rejected overnight and at some point come back down into the 270s. That's why I went ahead and hopped into DGAS. I literally did not take, I only bought one share. I mean, I'm not planning on this thing moving like in my favor enough where I would dump a whole bunch of money into DGAS. That's why I literally just bought one position. I do think it's probably going to come down to around like 93 overnight possibly, but obviously with Robinhood I had to place the trade by 5. I kind of got a shitty price because I wasn't getting filled at the market price of 93. I think it was 93.85 that I tried to get filled at. So I went ahead, stupidly placed a market order, got filled just above 94, 94.06 to be exact. Again, another reason to never ever do a market order. The reason that I went ahead and did it though is one share. I mean, it cost me 20 cents. Like I said, I mean, I just didn't want to miss out on a potential gap up overnight. I'm planning on selling this at least around $96. So at my buy price of around 94.06, sell it for $96. That's a 2% profit. Nothing major, but just a quick little profit that I see as a good potential. And if it can come up upwards of 98, which I do think it could tomorrow at some point very briefly, you're talking a 4 to 5% return. Like I said, it's one share. I'm not like worried about it or anything. If it drops below like 92, I would say, I'd probably consider just cutting the losses and move on. It's a $2 loss roughly. So I have a pretty tight loss on it. I'm not going to let it drop down into the 80s for sure or anything like that. But to me, the risk versus reward is there. I think it's going to at least have some sort of a little bounce upwards of 93 to, or not 93, 96 to $98 in my opinion. Like I said, just depends. Natural gas not really moving too much after hours, as well as oil. Oil still hovering around that $57 mark. Going to be interesting to kind of see. I'm actually going to set an alert because I want to know exactly when this thing crosses. I just want a single alert. 57.05. Go ahead and let me know about that. And if it somehow breaks below that 56.90 support, I want to be notified of that as well. So I got a couple alerts set up there for oil. What else did I buy? I thought I bought something else. So we mentioned DGAS, we mentioned SQ. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all I'm holding right now. total, I still have roughly $600 of buying power. I'm kind of just letting that sit on the sidelines for now in case if oil opens up down tomorrow. I might, depending on which moves more, UWT or Gush, I'll end up buying one of those two. Like I said, that's if oil goes down. I don't think oil is going to go down necessarily tomorrow. I do think possibly tomorrow or Friday, though, there's obviously a very high chance that oil is going to pull back since it had such a good run today. And this week hasn't been that bad still for oil overall. I mean, obviously we had the 3% drop day, but overall we're still up slightly on the week. Go, let's see, so the start of the week was what, the 24th, right? So we go to the 24th. Yeah, we're pretty much, actually we're about break even. So yeah, no, I don't think oil is necessarily going to pull back tomorrow or even Friday, but I wouldn't be surprised obviously if we had one of those just minus a tenth or a quarter, less than 1% pullback. But either way, that's pretty much why I kept that cash on hand, is because obviously anything can happen. And if oil decides to drop down and retest like 56.60 area, which it could, then by all means, like I said, I'll go in some more on either Gush or UWT. Probably UWT, because I notice when oil drops, Gush doesn't really tend, right now, it's not really tending to react quite as much as UWT is. UWT, like I keep saying, it pretty much goes hand in hand with oil. As oil goes up, this thing's going to go up pretty much at three times the speed, where Gush right now, it kind of is doing what it wants. Right now it's at 10.95 apparently, so that's cool. But yeah, it just depends which one's moving better. But right now I decided to get into Gush because, like I said, right around that 10.85 to 10.90 mark, very attractive price point in my opinion. You're gonna get probably at least 11.15 to 11.40 out of it, so it offers a good 2 to 5% very quick return, which I am very attracted to. So, and I'm gonna talk to you guys not during this stream but in a future stream about just something that I've kind of been thinking about the whole taking your profits and whatnot. I don't know if I'm going to do a stream about it or an actual video, just so anyone that's new to investing, new to trading and whatnot, just something that took me way too long to learn, and it's finally starting to translate into my trades. So I think you guys will enjoy that video. It's probably just going to be a video, not a stream, because it's just not really a stream type of video, but be looking out for that. I might try to upload that by Saturday. Hopped in a small position at DWT. Yeah, I hopped into DWT, what did we say, like 770 or something like that, and I sold it. Let's take a look because I don't want to speak wrong. I hopped into DWT, I believe it was like 770 or 773, something like that. Let's see. So I sold it at 791, got in at 70.75. So like I said, a quick little couple % profit on that trade. But overall, I think 56.90 is probably the max pain for oil right now, personally. Yeah, more link to exploit. Yeah, I was actually doing a little bit of research because I was kind of wondering why Gush had started. Because Gush for a while last year in 2018 was moving very close hand in hand with oil. And it seems the last few months it's kind of still gone with oil for the most part, but not exactly as much as UWT. And I was just starting to look into that this afternoon before the stream. And there was a lot of talk about exploration of oil. So yeah, pretty much what I was just getting ready to say. Not linked quite the same. Let's see. Involves gas, yeah. I'm gonna be doing a little bit more research over the next week or so about like Gush and Drip, because I'm not even gonna lie, I honestly didn't know that it had to deal with the exploration of oil as well and gas and whatnot until literally today. So I'm going to be doing some research about that, how to stay up on that news and whatnot as well. And if I find any other good websites and whatnot for that, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But overall, like I said, the one that I'm most excited about of all of my trades right now is Gush, followed by probably SQ. They're both not like large positions or anything, but Gush is obviously the bigger of the two. SQ has a good little 4 to 8% potential. Gush also has a good 2 to 5% return. And DGAS, it's honestly a coin toss. It was almost like a lottery ticket, so to speak. I mean, it's not going to make me big money or lose me big money either way. Where I'll cut my losses is $92 if worse comes to worse, and where I will take my profit is anything above $96, $95 to $96 is my target, where I'll consider just selling that. Cron, yeah, I forgot about Cron. Cron's earnings is that tomorrow? Come on, man. Man, what the hell is going on with this? There. When is their earnings? Was it tomorrow? Or when the hell is their earnings? It's not showing up on TD Ameritrade for some reason. But Cron, I think it's going to be a good earnings report personally. Let's see if it shows anything here. Nothing really. But I do think Cron, whenever the earnings is, tomorrow pre-market, yeah, whenever it is, I think it is going to be good for the stock. I think 21 is a decent price point to get in at, somewhere around this $21 range. And I think if they have a good earnings and whatnot, target sell would be somewhere around $24 probably. Maybe even higher. I mean, it might try to retest that $25 resistance, but I don't know enough about the weed market yet to really like to invest in it, but I heard it's very good for options. There's a lot of good options going on with that stock, and not even just Cron, but all those other marijuana stocks right now. You can see Cron overall last 180 days has been on just a roll ever since late 2018. If you had bought in this thing when it was a penny stock, you would have made pretty good money, but hindsight's always 20/20, right? I like the 180-day chart too. Our RSI isn't too, I mean, it's perfect. MACD doesn't really matter too much, but definitely not overbought in my opinion. Priced accordingly. So yeah, good call out there. I like it around $21. If you could get under 21, that'd be beautiful too. But I like it around 21, right around that price point it's at right now. Exactly. Yeah, it's volatile enough where it's a volatile enough stock where you can literally just wait for the dip of the day, buy some calls, ride it up for however long you can gut it out. Me, I'm kind of a candy ass. I'd probably just ride it up that first pump and then sell. But if you have enough in you, I mean, you could ride it up for a little bit and make God knows how much, 20% probably, maybe more. It's been a while since I traded some options, but probably at least 10 to 20% within an hour of trading. Same thing here. Bam, wait on that dip, buy some calls, sell it there. You're going to make some good money there as well. I mean, just look at the last 5 days. You'll see the same thing. Morning dip, buy some calls, sell, dip, buy, sell. See a pump up, sell some calls or buy some puts, write it down a little bit, sell. Just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Anything that's volatile like this is awesome for options, as long as you get in at the right time and you don't get greedy. If you get greedy, you'll get burned every single time, which kind of goes back to that video that I'm going to upload hopefully by this weekend for you guys. Yeah, I used to do the credit spreads, which I know are kind of similar. I haven't done a debit spread. Actually, I've never done a debit spread. I've done a lot of credit spreads, but not debit spreads. But yeah, with a smaller count, I think the debit spread might actually be better than the credit, because with credit spreads, you have to put up some good collateral. Like I was looking at a Home Depot spread earlier, just because I really like Home Depot right now. Home Depot is around a very good price point in my opinion. Right around $83 is a pretty good support. So I was looking at a debit spread. It was like the 177 and the ones, I forget the exact positions. Let's go take a look at Home Depot and Robinhood real quick. Go ahead and show that. So let's see, let's say trade options. So the ones that I was looking at was, I was looking out at the March 8th expiration, and what we were gonna do, if I remember right, it was the, 177 and 150. So since I'm bullish on Home Depot, is we were gonna, if I remember right, let's see if I can even remember how to do this. We were gonna sell the put. So we were gonna sell the, see if I'm even doing this right. Is it buy the put and then sell the call? It's been so long since I traded options. Yeah, sell the put, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna sell the 175 is the one that I had, and then we were gonna buy, would that be the call, if I remember right? Maybe not. It's been so long since I did a debit, or not debit spread, a credit spread, that I've done forgot how to do it. But anyways, I was looking at whichever one it is. It might be buy the other put. Yeah. Right? Let's see. One. No, that's not how you do it. But anyways, pretty much I was looking at taking a bullish position, and point being, it was going to be a $21 credit, but you had to put up, I think, $250 in collateral. So for people starting with really small accounts, you might not want to do that because obviously you're risking a lot of your account, because if for some reason the price of the stock goes below that, the range that you're looking at, then you're going to lose all 250 of that dollars, which when you're trading with a $500, $1,000 account, you don't really want to be risking that much money for obviously just $21. Now, when you look at the return, yeah, you're going to be getting, I think is around an 8 to 10% return roughly in a week, which is not bad at all. Just to simply place the trade and then kind of just watch it throughout the week. Very good trading technique for people that can't sit at the laptop all day or be checking their stocks on a regular basis, but still very risky, especially if you're getting closer and closer to the actual strike price. Let's see. Oh, this website. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, the options profit calc. Yeah, you brought this one up before. Did I put this? I think I might have put this in our Discord group chat. This website that Tyler showed us. It's the options profit calculator. If I haven't, then I'm going to do so as soon as the stream ends, but I thought I did. But if not, like I said, I'll check the Discord group chat after the stream, and I'll be sure to place this calculator into the, I forget which tab it is, like our general, or not our general tab. We have so many tabs in there. Let's see which one. I'm going to put it into the notes and rules tab. So if you go under the notes and rules tab, that's where I'll put a bunch of websites that are good in general for like trading, reselling, all that good stuff. And then obviously rules of the group and whatnot. But yeah, so if you're ever wondering about options and whatnot, this is a good website. It's been a while since I looked at this website, but I do remember it's a really good website to use. And Tyler just said this site is sick. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a good website, and definitely be sure to check that out. But point being, just with doing the options and whatnot, doing those like credit spreads are more, in my opinion, for people that, one, obviously like are pretty experienced with options, and two, have enough money for the collateral. Like, not just, oh, I got $500 in my account, I can do this $250 collateral trade. Don't do that. That's going to take up 50% of your funds, and if for some reason the trade goes against you and you do not get out in time, you're going to lose all that money. So you just literally had a 50% drop in your account based on just one bad trade. where if you're just buying stock or something, yeah, you might have a 5% drop or a 10% if you're trading something super volatile and you don't have your feelings in check and you don't just kind of ride it out because you know it's going to dead cat bounce. But which would you rather lose, 5 to 10% of your account or 50% just based on one bad trade? It's just, that's why, in my opinion, whenever you're first starting out, until you have at least $5,000 in your account, at least, keyword, $5,000 in your account, you should probably just look at like swing trading, day trading, actual stocks. Not to say you can't do options at all. You can still do the calls and puts. There's plenty of money to be made doing those day trades too. Just know you're risking a lot more money doing options, for sure. Man, it's already 5:48. But hopefully our stream's doing all right. Awesome. See, we got 8 of you tuning in. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you here. Definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We got over like 550 of us here, and we have that Discord group chat that I was just mentioning. That is down in the description box. There's like 60 of us in there. It's a good small little group that we got going to network with a bunch of like-minded people. Yeah, calls and puts, like, yeah, I mean, options in general are risky, but when you're just doing straight up buying calls and buying puts, there is a lot more risk. I mean, let's just go over to, like, I don't even know if you can do options on UWT. I don't think you can. But like, let's go over to Gush, for example, because I know you can trade options on Gush. So, say you wanted to do the March 15th expiration, say you're bullish, and you're just going to buy a call. Say you think Gush is going to go up over $11. I mean, there's a good chance of that. So see, it even shows you right here, to break even though you're saying, I think Gush is going to $11, if you were to buy this call today, your break even would be $11.75 by the expiration. So Gush doesn't only have to hit 11, it has to go to $11.75 or up 8% from where it's currently at by the expiration. Keyword, by expiration. That doesn't mean it has to for you to literally break even on the trade tomorrow or the next day. It's just saying by expiration, this thing has to be at $11.75. So I mean, when you have to keep that in the back of your mind whenever you're doing these options trades, because it can get super complicated really quickly. Now, say you bought this $11 call and then Gush went up 5% tomorrow, then your call is going to be worth, I don't know exactly how much more. That's where the whole options profit calculator and whatnot probably come into handy. But I mean, I would just roughly, based on my results with options, if Gush went up to say $11.25 tomorrow, your option price is probably going to go up a lot. I mean, probably north of 20% tomorrow if that were to happen. And if you were to like buy a put, same thing. I mean, say you wanted to buy the put, I don't know why you'd buy the $55 put, but say you thought Gush was going down. Say you think Gush is going down to $10. See, same thing. Gush would have to go down to $9.55, down 12.3% just for you to break even and get your $45. Now, if Gush were to go down to $10 tomorrow, then this would probably double, in all honesty. This would probably be worth about $70 to $90, or 70 to 90 cents in options terms. But there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into options. And look at the break even of selling the put. So yeah, selling the put, you have your chance of profit instead of like break even. I look more at the chance of profit when it comes to like selling. So because like when you're buying, all it says is like to break even, how far you need to move. But when you're selling, you can kind of judge how much of a percent chance of profit you have. So like if you were to like sell a put, obviously that's a more bullish position. That's a more bullish position. So like instead of buying a call, you could sell the put, but you're going to have enough collateral again to cover 100 shares, or you could buy the other one instead and make it a spread. But so like obviously the further you go down, the less chance the put has of being profitable. So you're gonna have 82, 90. The further away you get from the strike, the higher chance you're gonna have. But you can see they're worth a lot less too, obviously. So Theta is your friend. Yeah, Theta is your friend when it comes to selling, for sure. And same thing even with the spreads. But after doing options for, man, how long was I trading options for? A few months. I mean, probably about 3 to 6 months, roughly, right around 4 to 6 months. It was just too much, in my opinion, for me, for my trading style, for how little time I have to look at stuff. It was just too much like stress for me. I couldn't get the feelings out of my trades, or when I'm swing trading, I just look at the chart and I know by a certain day I'm probably going to get out of my position and more times than not make money. And I mean, it's worked a lot better for me. I mean, I'm up 9%, almost 10% in the last month. We're almost on a month of trading, but I mean, I do plan on long term going back to options whenever I actually have enough money in my account to literally day trade the $25,000 plus in the account, because literally your profits are like multiplied by 10 whenever you're trading options. I mean, you can make a lot of money very, very, very. I think Tyler, if I remember right, by the way, I think you lost $25 on your Square shares. What do you mean? I only have 5. I only have 5 shares, and I bought them at. No, I'm up still. I bought 5 shares at 74.35. So I mean, this one I plan on it being a swing trade. I mean, who knows? It might bounce tomorrow, but I doubt it. I think it's probably, if anything, it might slide a little bit more back down to around like 73 tomorrow. But I think by early next week, it'll probably bounce back up to 77, probably closer to $78 early next week. No, I bought it after hours. I bought SQ. See, look. So I bought SQ. I bought SQ after hours. I have it for average buy cost of 74.35. So yeah, I bought it just a little bit before the closing, because on Robinhood now you can trade until was it 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Central where I'm at. But that one I do plan on only making like maybe $3 to $4 a share, but never, like I always tell my fiance, never say only about money. If you can make money, if you can make any money at all, I mean, any money is better than no money or losing money. So I mean, to make $4 a share, $3 to $4 a share, that's $15 to $20 I didn't have before going into that trade. So, I mean, the guidance was really good. I mean, they met expectations. I mean, everything I heard from that conference call, I only listened to a few minutes of it, but everything that I heard sounded really good. So, I mean, I like that company overall, too. I use them myself. Well, I have used them in the past. I haven't used them in a few months, but I use them for any transactions that I use. The Cash App as well is another app that's helping them even more. Yeah, STMP. Yeah, what's that even at now anyways? But I do like SQ. I think long term, like I said earlier in the stream, I think it's going to retest $100 within the next couple months, but I'm not going to hold it that long. If I can get my target price of $78, I'll probably go ahead and sell all the shares and just take my quick little $20 profit and run. But STMP, what's it at now? So it's down another 5.5% today. And I mean, it's just gotten rocked lately. I mean, it's still $10 off of the low, but yeah, that's crazy. That one sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's still bounced, what, like over 10%. It's currently at like $92 roughly. So, I mean, it's bounced about 10 to 14%, but I think it's going to be a long time. I don't know if you're going to see it hit 150 again, in all honesty. A lot of people are thinking it's going to gap fill to 150 over the next few months, but I don't know. I don't see it happening. I think it's going to hang right around $100 for a while, but we'll see what happens. And then the other one that got smashed was Kraft Heinz, if I remember right. Yeah, Kraft Heinz got smacked as well. There's a lot of stocks getting smacked around this week. Kraft Heinz is still around $32. This one I have more confidence in. I think it's going to reach between $40 and $42 over the next month or two, maybe. But I mean, even then, you're talking still a very slippery slope from where it's been. I bet old Warren Buffett ain't feeling too good about that investment right now. Yeah, I thought about even placing buying a few shares of that as well. But when something drops that drastically, I just kind of see it as a dumpster fire. Like, I'm like, if something can drop literally like 50% in a day, over 50% essentially in a day, I mean, there's no way in hell I'm investing in anything that can drop 50% in a day. It's just hard to wrap my head around. Now if it starts to regain its footing like it looks like it's trying to, then yeah, it can start to get attractive, because I mean, obviously you get that sense of it can only go up from here, but it can also only go down, obviously. So I don't like it still, but there is potential. I think it can still bounce up to $100, but that's about it in my opinion. Sold some puts on CVNA. Okay. I do like this stock right now. Let's see. So it posted what was the I don't know what the expectation was on that stock. But anyways, so you sold the put, so you're a little bullish on it still. When did you place this trade? Did you do it today? If so, good job. If you place that trade today, good stuff, because it looks like it's going to work out in your favor. We'll see kind of how that opens up in the morning, but ooh, we're in KHC. It drops daily, but I think it will come back. I mean, yeah, I mean, it'll come back. It's just, how long is it going to take? I do think it's probably going to take at least a month or two for it to cut. It's probably going to take at least a week for it just to come back over $33. But over the long haul, I mean, I think by the end of March, it's probably going to be somewhere back around 38. And then if everything can go well, you might see it, like I said, go back up when we look at our 180-day chart. I think over the next couple months, you might see it go back over $40. But that's if everything can go well. So, I mean, you're going to have some people buying this up over the next week or so because of the dividend. But other than that, I don't know what's really going to get it going again. Let's see. You sold 5 times, Mars. Let's see what this is. Uh-oh. What was that? Nobody care about that. Had me excited. Let's see what you got here. CVNA, last price change. Wait, what did you say? Oh, okay. Cool. Let's see. Not heavy. Yeah, I get what you mean. So I'm actually up a little bit after hours. Only a couple dollars, but I'm wondering what that's on. Is it because of Gush? I'm assuming it's because of Gush, because we're up 6 cents. We're up a little over 0.5% on our Gush position currently. It looks like DGas is trying to come back up. What's natural gas doing right now? Natural gas is still pretty much unched right now. Like I said, I think it's getting ready to roll over short term. Hopefully gap down overnight to somewhere around 2.78 at the minimum. It'd be beautiful if this thing could gap down to 2.73 again. I don't think that's going to happen. I think somewhere around 2.78 is where this is going to gap down to. That's why I said my target sell somewhere around 96 for that DGas share I have. Oil, see what oil's doing. It's still pretty much unched after hours as well. Hopefully it doesn't slide too much further tonight, but We'll see. Still very, very early on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's moving after hours. Talking about CVNA still. Yeah, it moved all the way up to almost $48. Right now, it's pretty much, yeah, dead on 46. Yeah, I think that thing's probably going to end up paying off for you for sure. Let's see, what is this? Check out the calculator for your trade. $2,100. Oh, total 2,100. Okay. Cool. Maximum risk 19,400. You must be playing, or what are you using? Like, do you actually have this money available, the maximum risk, or are you playing on a platform where you can do naked sells? What is it called? Naked puts or whatever. Break evens at expiries 30. Yeah, you're gonna be fine on this. You're gonna make some good money on this position. 40,000. Damn, you need to send me a little birthday gift. My birthday's coming up in June. But cool stuff. Yeah, I think that position is definitely gonna work out perfect for you. Okay, so yeah, you did a naked put bullish, and yeah, that's definitely gonna work out for you. You're gonna make some good money on that position. Cool stuff. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm gonna put this options profit calculator in our Discord group chat because my guts tell me I have not put it in there. I thought I did, but my guts telling me I did not. So if it's not in there, I'm gonna put it in there after we wrap this stream up. But yeah, so like I said, for those of you that are tuning in, pretty much we sold all of our UWT shares for about 4% profit. We day traded DWT for another quick like 2% profit on that position. You can see I sold it. It was only 50 shares, nothing major. Only made like $8 off of that. And we just bought some Gush 50 shares for $10.89. We bought that right before Robinhood's hours wrapped up, and SQ as well. And we bought just one share of DGAS just because I wanted to throw a little skin in the game and see if I could make a couple dollars off of that. What else? There was something else. Like I said, we day traded DWT. How's it going there, El Morisi? How's it going? It does require 20% margin. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was what it was saying. It said your break even by expiration was like 38 or something. But yeah. But yeah, so overall we're up a little over 0.1% after hours, nothing major, which means overall for the month now we're up a little over 9.5%. So it's just awesome to see that account keep on growing. I found out by comparing my budget to my bank account that it looks like I'm actually going to have a few $100s left over at the end of the month that isn't going towards anything. So I'll probably split what's left, put some of it in my emergency fund, and then put maybe $100 to $200 into my trading account, possibly tomorrow. So I might be playing with a couple $100 more at the most. Probably only 100, it just depends. $100 to $200 more in the account by the end of the week. And hopefully we can invest another $500 to $1,000 this next upcoming month, and we'll just keep on building from there. But good day overall today, good week as well. I mean, we're up 7% this last week alone. So I mean, so far so good. And like I said, I think Gush is going to end up paying off. I might be able to get out of this trade tomorrow. I don't want to jinx it, but I might be able to get out of this trade tomorrow for a quick little 4% profit, hopefully. That'd be awesome, because it was a $540 trade. So just for those of you that are wondering how much profit cash that would be, if I could get 4%, which is my target for that position, it'd be a $22 profit. And my target profit on SQ, that was I think a 350 or something. It was right around 360. We'll just say 360. $360 position. Target sell on that is what'd I say, like a 5% return. So 5% return. I did that wrong. What the hell is that? 360 times 0.05. That'd be another $18 return. And DGAS, I'm literally looking at maybe just a couple dollars. It's not even worth mentioning. Like I said, I just wanted to throw my skin in the game. Let's see. Ooh, $400. Man, sorry about that, man. ZYNE. So I can see why you lost money on STMP, but let's take a look at that ZYNE real quick for you. I'm going to have to hop off here in just a couple minutes as the fiance is going to be home. So let me guess, you bought into this thing yesterday, I'm assuming. Or is this something you could trade options on? Are you doing options or are you just buying? That's what I need to know first. I don't even know if you can trade options on this thing. It's a pharmaceutical, so I don't like it to begin with. So you can trade options on this. So yeah, I'm wondering if you traded options or if you just bought it at a horrible time. Because either way, man, I can already tell you. Yep, I hate this stock. It's in a D. It's going down on our 180-day chart. It has rebounded. It's just about doubled over the last what, 2 months, but I just don't like playing pharmaceuticals. There's a lot of people that play pharmaceuticals. I did when I very first started about a year ago, but I just kept losing money trading pharmaceuticals. They're so manipulated, and anything that's around $5 or less is even more manipulated. Let's look at the volume. So you can see the volume up here for those of you that are like new to the platform of TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. This volume sucks. So I mean, hopefully that trade maybe will end up working out for you. But let's see, you bought yesterday at 552. So I mean, let me guess. So you bought it somewhere right around opening bell, just after opening bell. You saw a dip, you thought you had some confirmation, and then it continued to dip. That's where, honestly, once it made a new low, I would have considered just getting out at 535 because, see what I'm talking about here? I'm assuming this is where you got in. You got in somewhere around right here. You thought you had confirmation. You can see it got rejected right here. Once it made that new low, I would have probably went ahead and sold, and it looks like you had a chance to still slightly profit off that position. Obviously, it would have been a day trade and it would have sucked, but in hindsight, it's always 20/20, right? But once you saw it got rejected here, after you thought you had confirmation, well, who knows? You might have got in right here, but I'm assuming you got in right after the opening bell. Man, yeah, hindsight's always 20/20, but man, that sucks. Hopefully it can rebound a little bit for you tomorrow. Let me look at our 10-day chart on it. 20-day, I mean. You might be able to make your money back on this. It's been trading kind of sideways the last 2 weeks. Right in between $5 and around $5.50. So, I mean, you might be able to make most of your money back. Honestly, if you can get $5.30 plus for this thing, I would just cut my losses and move on, depending on how big of a... I'm assuming it's a pretty big position. Being that you lost that much, you probably lost a bit on STMP too. But that one, of those two, STMP be the one that I would hold a little bit longer, because I do think this thing's going to make an upward move of around $100 before all said and done. But I do think it's going to hang out between 90 and 100. So on that one, you might, depending on when you got in, you might make a little bit of money. I don't know when you got in exactly on that one, but I think you'll get it back up to $100 here within the next couple trading sessions. But yeah, it's been a good stream. We got 9 of you tuning in. That's awesome. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, wondering like if we do this every day or what's going on here, yes, we do this pretty much every single day, as much as I can. Work and everything pending. I usually get off work somewhere around like 4 o'clock for the most part, sometimes earlier. So I try to do these streams every single day for you guys, and we always have our Sunday stock watch where we come here and just break down a bunch of stocks and look at oil, natural gas, and everything. So if you're into that thing, definitely start hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here, and if you ever have any questions or have any tickers you want me to look at, that is what the chat is for. And we have that Discord group chat. It's down in the description box, one of the first couple links. We'd love to have you there. Over 60 of us in there. Let's see. Check my CVNA plays. Let me guess, you made lots of money on this one. Okay, so let's see. You played this thing a lot the last week. Is this all CVNA? Yeah. Damn. So I got a question. What does it mean by links over here? Is that just something that doesn't even matter? So you had the puts that you mentioned. Buy, close. 939 puts. So I'm assuming you made money on every single one of these trades, right? Oh, from bottom to top. So the 22nd one was that Friday of last week. 10 of them, $39 call. Yeah, I thought so. Damn. Now I can see why you like trading that so much. Sometimes it works out like that. For a couple weeks, you get just in a roll with the stock. Like UWT and Gus have kind of been my two ETFs and ETN, my ETF and ETN over the last couple weeks. Have just been on a roll. Given, I mean, I know I have followed oil for a very long time. Ever since I was like I said, 14, right around 14 years old, I've been following the price of oil, and it just comes to me kind of naturally, so to speak. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I mean it does. Oil just comes to me naturally, and that's why I have a passion for oil, the price of oil and everything, and I figured I might as well turn that passion into money. But yeah, that's cool stuff, dude. But yeah, I better go ahead and wrap the stream up. My fiance is going to be getting home soon. And we gotta figure out what we're gonna do for dinner, so that's gonna be fun. So I can't thank you all enough for tuning in. Like I said, it was awesome seeing. I don't even know how many of us we had tuning in. I know when I saw it was like 9 of us, had 10 of us at one point. But it's cool to just see all of you guys tuning in. And like I said, if you're new, if you're seeing this after it uploads or during the stream, if you're new to the channel, like I said, we love to have you here. Definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. Our Discord group chat, that's down in the description box. And if you want to reach out to me ever on like social media, I believe I have my Instagram and Twitter and a couple other things down there in the description box as well. Always cool to just communicate with a bunch of like-minded individuals. Take it easy, Tyler. But yeah, other than that, hopefully you guys are having a green week so far. Hopefully you guys are staying positive with your trades and everything. Like I always say, never be afraid to cover profit. I don't care if you're up 0.5%, up 1%, up 0.01%. If you think there's some sort of resistance and you think there's a possibility this thing's going to get smacked in the next few minutes or next couple hours, go ahead and just break even. Just sometimes a trade doesn't go against or doesn't go your way, and sometimes you need to just break even, wash your hands free, take it as, whew, I'm glad I didn't get my ass whooped on that trade, and then learn from that trade and move on. I'd rather break even or make 2 cents, 10 cents, $1, $2 than lose $2 or lose $10 or whatever the case may end up being. So never be afraid to take profit off of the table. I was kind of kicking myself because I sold UWT at 15.75, something like that. But like I kept saying to myself, I was like, I'm glad I sold because it ended up pulling back some, and now there's another good buying opportunity there. But just always remember that. Don't let your feelings ever dictate your trades, or you're not going to make money in this market. Okay, yeah, I'll be sure to watch that as soon as I get done with the stream, and I'm going to, before I forget, put that options calculator in our Discord group chat underneath the notes and rules tab for you guys. But awesome, yeah, I'll be sure to watch it. But until 50 minutes, so I might watch it tonight then. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. Like I said, if you did, definitely make sure to smash the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Feel free to share it with anybody that you think may enjoy. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there, making your profits, covering your profits, and achieving your financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys hopefully again tomorrow for another live stream. But until then, take it easy, guys.